Hello everyone. AB 1400 has been defeated in Californian Assembly. Well, actually, the right way to put it would be that it didn't even go for a vote. And those who don't know, AB 1400 was a bill that would have brought Californian version of Obamacare. In other words, universal health care for everyone within the state. And I did a vlog on it about a couple of weeks back, detailing how it will impact the taxpayers. No, not a good piece of legislation, but it's a reprieve for Californians that it didn't actually go for a vote. There wasn't enough support for it. So single payer healthcare bill dies in state assembly. Californian state assembly members were slated to vote on single payer health care bill assembly bill 1400 on January 31 after it passed a series of hurdles this month. However, the bill didn't have enough support to pass the legislative body, and lawmakers let the bill die without bringing it to a vote by the deadline. So it didn't go for the vote, so hence it's no longer going to impact the Californian taxpayers. AB 1400, which would have created a first state single payer healthcare system in the nation, would have required an estimated $163 billion in new taxes per year. By the way, these taxes, if I recall, are double the taxes ever collected in the history of California, barring 1 year, I think, which was last year. So it was insane amount of increase in taxes for Californians, and offered healthcare to all citizens and non-citizens living in the state. Now, this non-citizens is a big issue. It covers all the illegals in the state as well. Don't understand why they would write a bill to cover the illegals. As per the definition of the law, illegals shouldn't even be there. They shouldn't. They don't have any rights that belong to the citizens of California. But apparently, the banana republic or banana state that California has become, they actually included those individuals in this bill as well. Several healthcare and business groups opposed the bill, including the Californian Chamber of Commerce, Californian Taxpayer Association, the California Hospital Association, and California Medical Association. So there was a lot of pushback on this bill. AB 1400, named the Guaranteed Healthcare for All Act, would have created a CalCare for all California residents, including illegal immigrants. So illegal immigrants were also going to be covered from healthcare perspective. Again, it's beyond me why they would do that, but I guess that's what goes for being progressive these days. So instead, I was thinking, what can they do to fix this system? And the answers are very obvious. I guess everybody is aware. And funny thing is, it won't even cost a dime. And all you have to do is just do what Americans and Californians used to do in good old days to be healthy. ex- exercise doesn't cost much. You just have to simply go outside, run, jog, walk. Um, don't even have to spend too many hours. Maybe just for 1 hour is good enough to keep the heart pumping, to keep one healthy. Um, eat nutritious food rather than junk food or processed food from the supermarkets. Eat more veggies, more proteins, um, less carbs, less fats. Be more active. So it's very obvious. Less rely on artificial vitamins, pills, and any sort of artificial pills. Um, and that would fix the whole problem. Doesn't cost much. Don't have to be. It won't be a burden on taxpayers either. And I recall um, in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2014, I did a study on this and find out that US GDP was 17 plus percent because of healthcare spending. 17%. I mean, it was insane number. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, US GDP in 2013 or 14 used to be about 18 or 19 trillion. So about 3 and 3.1 trillion was being spent on just healthcare. And a large portion of healthcare was just administrative costs. It wasn't even like real um, fixing health problems. It's just paper pushing because of this, middlemen, we call insurance industry. They have really screwed the system up. So I thought maybe I will repeat that, and here is what I find. Now it's 19.7%. It's no longer 17, but it's 19.7% of the total national GDP. About 20% is because of healthcare. So it was insanity. It's like now 4.1 trillion out of 22 trillion US GDP is being spent on healthcare. Absolutely insane. So I did try to look this, which is how are this how what was the um, similar figures in good old days. So this is a link to um, the total healthcare GDP expenditure from 1960 to 2020, and this is what you get. And this last link or last line, last row, is national health expenditure as percentage of GDP. So it goes all the way from 1960 to 2020. And if you notice, I can maybe highlight it. It in good old days, when the majority of US population was healthy, it was 5%, around 5%, 5 to 6%. Then it started increasing 7, 8, 9, 10. So first time it hit 10% was 1983. And then it has been just increasing since then. And 17% 2009. So US was already pretty bad situation in 2009. And if I'm not mistaken, when I was doing that study, I also found that around 14% of the population of US was uh, what they came up with the term called um, it was a new term or new category of obesity, uh, where the BMI was over 36, and basically it's like saying, you are fatally obese, so you can basically die. uh, there is not much of a lifespan left in you, because you are so obese. You're basically almost sedentary, no activity. All you do is just eat and watch TV or play games and those sort of things. So I'm forgetting the term, where it was like, some critically obese or some terminology like that. And 14% of the population was like that, and around 30% of the population of US was in obesity or overweight category. So overweight plus, which is obese, was about 30% back then. And luckily for US, that 17% has kind of stabilized until last year when pandemic hit. So I guess that may have caused this significant jump last year. But still, these numbers are insanely high. And there is no reason for any country to be spending that kind of money just on healthcare. Um, so bottom line is, US need to be more introspective into finding why um, there is this health related issues in United States. Um, and even after spending this kind of money, the maximum number of pandemic cases were also in US. Maximum number of deaths were also in US. So it's not helping them by any means either. So they should be introspecting and thinking about the real solutions than actually doing the same old thing. Right now, all this money is going into the hands of corporates. Um, another interesting stat: majority of the bankruptcies that happen in United States are because of health-related issues. So healthcare not only has become expensive, it it is getting out of reach of a lot of people as well, which makes them which kind of makes them bankrupt also. Anyway, so I just an update on my previous vlog, that good for Californians, that this stupidity has died its own death for now. Hopefully, it won't come back for vote again next year. Uh, Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.